I don't listen to what people say. Cause you talk a lot don't really mean you know the way. Out here on my grind cause I'm trying to elevate. Get up in the morning, hit the ground and meditate. Ready for my day, got a plan, I don't need to wait. Mind clear, energy, and I'm feeling great. It's a good life, it could be another way. To me it's everything, never just another day. Nah.
Welcome to the No Titles Necessary podcast. It's your boy Demerit, black and educated.
And it's your girl Hot Toddi, just black.
That's it? Damn. You just a black hole?
No. A hole? Why you had to put the hole in it?
I was just thinking of space just disappearing in the black hole.
No.
Negroes may go into Toddi and disappear.
Something else. Hell no, that ain't gonna happen. Also, that's what we doing. Also, you trying to shame.
Damn, it's
so that's what she saying when she about to suck your balls and they hitting her upside the head. That's what's happening. They long. You got the long balls.
I don't got no long balls.
He got no long balls and they hang out the PE shorts, y'all.
I'm long scrotum style.
His balls hang out the end. You know how the people be wearing PE shorts and the balls just hang out the side of the PE shorts.
So white people with them big balls, heavy balls. Heavy
you
balls
know, like them
and
balls
light
that
on
be
the
on the back of
scrotum.
them trucks.
If you don't know, this No Titles Necessary where we talk from the streets to the politics.
And from the bed to the boardroom.
And as you can see, we already into it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 9. Hot Toddi, what's going on? What's popping on today?
Ain't nothing going on. I'm having a wonderful day.
Yeah, you in the mood today.
I'm in a good mood today.
Hell, yeah, you over here singing your songs.
All you ladies pop that like this.
Hey.
Don't.
Hey,
I forgot
just
the words.
do it. Do it. Male version.
Do it. Nah.
Lick them balls. Take that scrotum and hold it tight. Deep throat. Don't you spit. Hold it down and
you better do it
quick.
right. Sloppy. Toppy. Now do it. Do it.
I know Eric ain't over here. I said scrotum.
Scrotum.
Wrong with her trying to correct me on my scrotum.
The Wesley Webbie with the scrotum.
With the scrotum around here. Them Bugs Bunny incorporated out here in these streets. Wrong with
Elmer Fudd with the scrotum.
What? What's going on, Toddi? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, for real. I'm doing real good. I'm having a really good time.
For real. Listen,
for real.
Yeah, y'all may hear us laugh, and this is nothing
new.
We're acting. This is nothing that we're staging. This is
real
authentic. You good? This is real authentic. This is just us being us on a daily. But we're here for episode 9. What's the title of episode 9?
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
Mind your damn business.
Mind your damn business. That's what it's about. This shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your own business.
Boy, I hope y'all ready to get up in this, because some of y'all don't know how to mind your business.
They don't.
But before we get into that, we're going to get into our favorite segment of the show. Y'all already know.
Talk your shit, dog.
Talk your shit, dog.
Talk your shit, dog.
Y'all already know this is what we talk about, black businesses and black people who doing great things in the community. It doesn't have to be a business or incorporating. It could be people doing great things individually like that. We just want to take this time to not bring down our people, but we want to big up people, like shout out people, give spotlight or exposure to people who some of you may not know.
Mm-hmm. Or you might know, and sometimes people have a very bad problem with talking down to people, but we want to talk them up.
Or they have a problem talking up on people. It's hard for them to celebrate people, right?
Right.
So we kind of changing the mentality now with it. We get to celebrate people and not feel inferior or insecure in any way, all right? So that's what this whole segment of Talk Your Shit about. So we're going to get in there to talk our shit. You ready, Hot Toddi?
I'm ready.
All right, she ready. Go ahead, lay it on them.
Oh, okay. So I'm going first, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Lay that thing down.
All right, so I want to talk my shit.
Lay it down.
Lay it down. Okay, you going to let me talk my shit? Okay.
Go ahead.
So, excuse me. So what we gonna do?
What the hell is up with you in this? Right before you about to say something real profound, you about to talk your ish.
I'm not about. Okay, listen. It have to come out.
It do.
So
glad it's not coming out the other way. So go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So I want to talk my shit about Body by V-Sculpt. Oh my God, this woman is so talented and gifted. We always say people have talents and gifts, but she is gifted with her hands, and she's able to bring women to a place of feeling beautiful again. Every woman in their time in their life, and even men, but women in some point of their life, they need to feel beautiful. Whether it's going out to the store and buying this beautiful makeup, buying this soap that enhances the glow in their skin, whatever it might be. But what V-Sculpting does, she actually has a business in sculpting the female body, which is a wonderful thing. And those are all things included in that business. She does contouring, body contour. She does sauna. She does detoxes, V-Steam hot spots. She also sells custom-made fajas, which are girdles to some, but they're fajas that help shape your body. She is also very well known for her butt-derma procedures, her V-snatching trainers, where, she helps snatch the body in, make the women look all hourglass shaped. And she does yoni steams, a.k.a. pussy pops. So, ladies, you get to steam. Can I do this over?
Nope, not at all.
I messed up.
Then keep going. You still talking your shit, talk your shit.
So, ladies, you can also, if you have an issue where you went into the hospital and you don't have anywhere to go, they actually house the women in the facility and help bring you back post-op. They take care of you and help take care of your body and get you back into a place where you're actually able to walk again and move around again. So they help you with that as well. So if you want to find her, you can find her on Instagram at V-Sculpting Lounge. And her business is actually located in Oakland Park on 3075 West Oakland Park Blvd, Suite 201, Oakland Park, Florida 33311. So make sure you go to her and she'll help you. I just want you guys to understand something. It doesn't matter how severe your case is. She handles all types of bodies. Dope. So you don't have to worry about feeling insecure or showing your body off and feeling some type of way in terms of, well, I don't look like the picture or I don't look a certain way. She does treatments for women of all sizes, women with stretch marks, women with fupas, overlapping of the stomachs, back fat, you name it, she does it. And it's all healthy. And what she does also, what I love about her, she gives you education on vaginal care. She gives you different tips on Instagram. If you look at her Instagram, she gives you different tips on what to do, like drink water, when to drink water, when is the best time, all the things you can do to bring yourself to a better, healthy stage in your life. So
what is it for us that don't know? What is a butt-derma?
Well, butt-derma is something that if you have butt acne, you know how you have acne of the face? So if you have acne of the face.
So you got the pimple booty.
Yes. If you have pimples on your backside. You got
the pimple booty.
Yes. So what she does, she helps clear that up. Just like you clear up eczema and you clear up acne of the face. She'll help you with that. So
what's the importance of the whole... I've heard about it, but I don't know because I don't have a yoni. What's the whole importance of the whole yoni thing?
Well, the yoni steam is supposed to pull out any impurities. It's supposed to take out anything that might not be natural. A lot of us go through a time in our stage where a lot of women would understand what this is, but some of us have angry pussy.
Whoa.
Yes,
angry?
Your pussy can
snapping at you? That cat snap back?
Well.
That snap back?
Okay, well, it'll snap either way. But when it's angry, it could be angry for different reasons. Sometimes people have a tendency of putting soaps down there. Or some women still douche. Some women find it works for them, and some women don't.
Right.
But it's a lot of things that we do to our vaginas that we shouldn't do. And what she does, she talks to you about what you can do. And a lot of people steam. You know how you stand
Fellas
over...
want to smell that natural fragrance, ladies.
Well, yes. It has to be a good fragrance, ladies. It has
natural.
To be natural, but what if they naturally don't smell good?
Then they naturally need to change their diet.
Well, that too, but the pussy pots help bring steam up to the vagina.
The way you say it.
Bring it down.
What it is.
And bring all the toxins out and all the impurities.
What it's called again?
A pussy pot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, ladies, I went on a whim to support this black business.
No, y'all go support. Listen, go take care of your yoni. Go get the steam.
You know, he's so icking it.
No, I'm not. I'm just. It's the way she's saying it. Listen, ladies, go take care of yourself.
I can't help how I
go
say
take
it.
Care of your yoni.
It's a roll of the tongue.
Go take care of the pimple booty. Go take care of all that stuff.
It's called butt-derma.
Okay, listen. Okay, go take care of all that. And the great thing, what I've heard from what I've heard from it, when you talked about the insecurities, ladies, I think that this lady is there to help you get to where you're trying to be. So just, go support.
Y'all can't see me, but I'm shaking my damn head. SMH.
SMDH.
Shaking my head. ASMDH.
All right, man, I'm ready to talk my shit.
I'm sure you are. You've been talking shit the whole time. You've been talking shit the whole time. Now you ready to talk your shit. You've been talking shit the whole time about the booty.
It's not my pimple booty.
Really?
The steam go up and draw out. Y'all better stop.
It's a pussy pot.
Y'all better stop putting that goddamn
We talking up, y'all.
We are.
Thank you.
I'm ready to talk my shit now.
I've never had this happen.
I'm ready to talk my shit.
We talking good shit, and you
I am.
There's a lot of ladies want their booty pimples gone.
If you take off your drawers and got acne on the booty, pull that shit back up.
What if it's
we could wait till
a
later.
scholar
There's
in our
another time.
community with a pimple
There's
booty?
another time.
We big enough a scholar of our
month.
community, but if you a scholar and you do great shit in the community, just make sure you ain't got
Why
no
you showing
pimple
your
booty.
ass to everybody anyway?
She's showing it to the person that count, and you gonna make them be like, baby, I was listening to
And
you.
on
No
another
titles necessary.
note of talk your shit, I'm going to talk about somebody who I personally know I grew up with in Northern Senior High School that, the ship. You already know if you're this Vike Nation up in here. I want to talk my shit about Carla Harris. Yeah. Carla Harris is a 25-plus year educator and has served as a mentor and coach to numerous young adults with an innate passion for education, youth empowerment, and a love for basketball. Coach Harris is most called by the title role model due to her dedication and relentless efforts to serve the community. In 2015, Carla was awarded the Louis Bing Award for Community Outreach. As the CEO and co-founder of the Hopes and Dreams Foundation Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that educates and empowers the youth, she generously devoted her time to in the community service. It was through the efforts of her organization that she successfully spearheaded the SAVE, that's right, SAVE acronym, Strengthen, Adore, Validate, Empower, our Daughters Symposium, which serves the purpose of taking the initiative and creating a platform of open dialogue on topics like financial literacy, mental health, sex trafficking, and life after high school options. All right. So if you want to holler at Coach Harris, she has a book out that's called Notes from a Coach, 31 Days of Meditation for Teenage Girls. Strongly encourage you, if you have a young lady, if you have a young athletic lady, if you have a young lady that's trying to find her way, definitely go check out this book. You can find it at notesfromacoach.org. Again, that's notes, NOTES, from a coach.org. And if you want to find her on Facebook to go and connect and holler at her and see what she's about, you can holler at her for speaking events and things like that, personal mentoring. You can holler at her on Facebook at Notes from a Coach, Carla Harris. And that's talk your shit. Why are you giving me this look?
Cause you was talking shit.
I was asking for understanding.
Understanding?
I want to understand.
You ain't.
That is a term, All right, so listen, y'all make sure y'all go out and holler at Coach Harris. Y'all go support that book, especially if you got a young teenage girl or you know a young teenage girl. Go support that. And if you want to get your body sculpted, you want to get your booty pimples removed, if you want to get your yoni in the steam room, make sure you go holler at. Can you tell them who to holler at?
Holler at him. Holler at
I can't do nothing about no pimple booties.
Holler at him for saying pimple booty.
All we knew about pimples is Noxzema back in the days.
Butt-derma.
If you put Noxzema on your ass, I think you Woo! Can you tell them?
Y'all can find her on V-Sculpting.
Say it with some enthusiasm.
I'm trying. I really am. Because you're ignorant.
We're going to go ahead and get into our main topic. Listen, Make sure y'all go through and support. As always, don't ask for no discount. Just go through and support and let them know that No Titles Necessary sent you.
All right.
She done with her attitude, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
So I think she ready to get into the main topic. You ready to get into the main topic?
I've been ready. I was born ready.
Then it's about that time.
It's about that time.
It's about that time.
It's about that time.
Fuck the remix. About to get into it. About to do it. About to get into it. About to do it. We about to get into it. We about to do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Like you should. My neck, my back, lick my and my crack.
And don't
my
forget
neck,
the whole of balls.
My back,
and
my
don't forget
neck,
the whole of
my
balls.
back.
Hey, we about to get
Oh
into the
my
main topic. Y'all already know episode 9. This shit ain't got nothing to do
This shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
at all, basically. So what are we saying with that? So basically what we want to talk about in this
Just mind your damn business, especially if it's not yours.
Mind your business. Hey, when is it crossing the line and not minding your own business?
Mind your funky business.
How does it pay to mind the business of others? All right, we about to go ahead and get up into this right now. Hot Toddi, you ready to get up into this? You like you got a lot to say. It's a lot on your mind. What's going on?
I'm just excited to actually finally get to talk about this because I do believe it's some people that are truly so intrusive and don't know when it ain't got nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that it is family that think they more obligated to your business than other people.
But isn't family investing in you enough to want to know what's going on in your life?
It depends on what it is. Ultimately, it's up to you
True.
to
It's your
tell
life.
them. Because of where we come from and because they've been in our life and so invested, they feel like they could tell you what to do with your life.
Oh, you done started off in full throttle. Okay, but okay, right. There is that entitlement. I see what you're saying, but they've put in time with you, right? They have this relationship with you, so there is a concern factor that has to go into that, right? So does that concern factor get blurred? The blurred lines?
Yes.
You're blurring the lines a little bit. Keep your space. 6 feet.
That's it.
Social distancing.
I think that's exactly what it is. I do know that a lot of family, you could worry about somebody, you could care about somebody. That's when, it gets to that point where it's like, all right, I need to know the business. But there's times where if I just backed it up with Joe Blow last night, I ain't got to tell you that.
But when people come to you and they tell you that this ain't nothing to do with you, but it actually does affect them because they're care for you, right? So they care so much for you and they don't want to see you go down the rabbit hole of destruction. And it's kind of like, yo, I know you feel like this is not my business, but I want to be involved because I'm trying to prevent you from going the way that's going to be self-destruction.
I think that's kind of like one of those things that people say when they say this ain't got nothing to do with you. That particular thing doesn't have anything to do with them.
True.
So if it's something that's bothering me,
that
thing don't have nothing to do with you.
True.
It's not that serious.
Like
just
a temporary dispute with a spouse or whatever, and then now you may share a little bit of it with a cousin or a sister or whatever it may be, and then now they've taken that whole burden on them. I don't like the nigga either. He did this and that. So
It's like okay,
man,
I just told you
this ain't got nothing to do with
one thing, and now you've taken it to another level, and now you judging him because of what I said.
That. And it's glad you went there judging.
Judgment. And judgment is the worst thing when it comes to us saying this ain't got nothing to do with you. It's the fear of judgment that goes along with that. When I tell you something, I'm telling you probably because I want solution, maybe. Or I just need to get it off my chest.
Just a vent.
And sometimes I think people just really think that they have certain entitlements to your business, and they don't.
Right. But I think if you give them the access, they feel that you gave me the access, so
but why
I'm
can't
just
I know
operating
everything?
in the power.
It's certain things I just don't know. And then sometimes what I do with people like that, I turn the question on them. Because that way,
and you're the one venting though.
But if I'm venting and they say this dude got everything to do with me, so you got something to do with the argument I had with my man last night? No, you ain't got nothing to do with that. What if you had an argument with your man and I say that's my business? Tell me what's going on. But I think that people need to start looking at them, looking at themselves and looking at before they ask somebody else something of that person. They need to look at would they be willing to do the same thing. But
you're giving that person access and you're sharing those faults with the spouse or whatever it may be, something at work, the boss it may be. So you're giving them that access to know right? So they have the knowledge of it. So some people feel
But
like,
how does that have anything to do with them per se, though?
just what I'm going to say. Some people feel like once you give them that knowledge, that they have the power then to operate because you've given them access within your behind the scenes, as we always say, in the private specters of your life. So it's kind of like, all right, you already got me here. I don't want to just be here and not do nothing. Because if you're telling me all of this and I do nothing, and then you may fault me down the line. So now you're faulting me for being nosy.
And that's why you ask, what is it that you need from me? Simple question.
Are you asking that to somebody you gave access to, though? I'm saying you, right?
No,
I'm saying, listen.
No,
so
if
I'm
I'm the
saying
person that I'm being vented to.
Okay.
As the person being vented to, you have to say, okay, so because this is a new topic or new situation in your life, tell me what it is you want me to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think people automatically want to give you advice, automatically want to fix, So it's fair to say, okay, now that you vented this to me, what is it that you need from me?
We're going to get to that later, too.
Because once you put yourself in a position to let you know I'm just present, I'm here. But what is it that you need from me? Just let me know what you need from me. So that way you don't cross any boundaries. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because people cross boundaries because of that access, and then they think they have access to everything.
What are the people? Here's the crazy thing, because there are people who insert themselves in your business who have nothing, and you haven't given access to, aka Karens.
Oh,
man.
And
we see them all the time. You said you had an encounter with a Karen?
Years ago. Man, my daughter, okay, I haven't had any recent since the whole Karen thing started, became a thing, became a hashtag or a thing. But I remember back in the day, I used to have some Karen moments a lot. Because I think over time and the pop-offs, Karens started to get the fucking picture. But I remember my daughter was about 4 years ago. And I was popping her. Okay, now, so in the mall, when you're surrounded by a bunch of Caucasians as an African-American mother, sometimes we believe in whooping our kids.
Right.
And wherever you act up at, we pop you up at.
Hey.
Okay, but then if you don't want DCF in your pocket, sometimes you gotta, so
you gotta move a little differently nowadays.
You gotta move a little differently now because everything is a
grandma
case.
did us. If you out there beating your child how we was beat, it's more than likely you gotta claim it.
Can't pop up at the school no more with a belt. You can't. So I come from that era, and I was popping my daughter, disciplining her. And I know she was putting on. She wasn't even hurting. But I took her to the car, and she wanted to act up again. Because it's like, like my mom used to say, a monkey know what tree to climb. So they know which parent to get away with what murder. So I'm popping her in the car, and this this Karen came up to the car and was peeking. Like
not in your car.
No, like I was in the back seat of my car and she came by the trunk of my car, peeking, watching me discipline my kid. And my sister was with me. And I said, "What the hell you want?" I just came out the car and she was like, "Oh my God, you're hurting her. You're doing." I was like, "Lady, I ain't." And soon as this lady and me and this lady started having this conversation, guess what my 4-year-old did? Stop crying. So she wasn't hurt, was my point, right? Mm-hmm. So I say, go on now, go on with your shit. I said, I know you got 911 on speed dial, but unless you want to take her ass whooping, you need to go on about your business. So she was like, but you're hurting her, and I'm going to call the authorities. I say, call them. I don't care. Call the po-po-ho. And it pissed me off because it's like, you can't even discipline your children. And it made a point. I say, she's not even crying anymore. And then she looking. And I'm like, just go about your business. They make it really hard because they in business that ain't theirs. I'm disciplining my child. I said, and I think I remember telling her, I said, if you got kids, and I bet Brat beat your ass because you don't beat him when he younger, because when you get older, he gonna start beating you because you were letting them get away with so much. I've seen kids haul off and just
right, and I think that's different in the ideology and how the children are grown. Children are raised.
Children.
So Eric gonna be like, children. You know what I'm saying? I got a little country swag sometimes. But I think that's the biggest thing because we raise our children different. I believe the black community believes that, hey, if you don't put a little fear in that child's heart, he's gonna grow up. He or she is gonna grow up and they're gonna rear their fangs at you. In other words, as we see in other communities where a lot of those kids are growing up and they're killing their parents, right? So to stay with the topic, though, because I wanted to get on that. So when Karen feels that it's okay for her to insert herself in your business in your affairs with your child that you birth, is it a sense of entitlement? Do she feel entitled that she can get involved in your business? That's why she does so carelessly, like and recklessly.
I think with people like, I have to isolate a specific person.
But we know who Karen is.
Yeah, we know.
We
Karen.
know who Karen. Right.
It depends on the Karen. Okay, now I feel like now the term has been broadly like it's a big thing now. All white women are Karens. Like,
not all. It's
no,
the
I'm just
ones
saying,
that
like,
who overly insert themselves in black people's business.
Right.
So Karen is a
but a
tailor-made
Karen doesn't
thing.
sound like she only does it in black people's business. Karen sound like she do it in anybody's business.
True.
Now Karen just wanna be that type of person now, to more towards black people. Like, to me, a Karen is more or less like a chick who's always been racist, but now she got the ability to just speak out and just say it because she thinks now her voice matters.
So is that
even
Karen
more.
prejudiced to her own? You don't
I don't
see
think
that
she's
much.
I don't think she's prejudiced to her own. I just think she's a nosy neighbor.
But this is why I said the entitlement thing, because the whole prejudice thing, it feels that I'm above you. So I have the power to insert myself in whatever you're doing. Like,
I do believe
like you see certain cases that in HOAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a home association place where your home is, they feel that
You can't afford that.
they assert themselves. Your grass not this. Why is your garbage sitting out here longer? Or you don't belong here. Why are you here? You don't
Rent
I don't
here.
know
I don't know you. Yeah, now that kind
If
of
you
shit.
pay HOA, you ain't
trying
renting.
to,
Trust me.
Let me tell you something. That'll get a Karen fucked up, because who are you to say that I can't own something like this or have a place like this? So what do you think? I'm beneath you, or I haven't worked just as hard as you to get where I am? Now those kind of people, I do agree, have some entitlement issues. They have issues with throwing their weight around, thinking that they can say and do whatever they can to whomever they think they can. I think they just a natural. It's a natural thing that's in them to be that way, but it's more enhanced when it comes to black people because of the racism that goes along with it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they would do that with anyone, but because if they're racist and that way, it comes off.
So how do you deal with that? Like a person who has the mentality to say, I can assert myself wherever I feel like it when it comes to these people, quote unquote, right? So
check their ass at the door. That's it.
So you pop off, period.
Knock that shit.
And it's crazy because
and popping off doesn't have to be being irate, cursing them out.
Glad you said that.
You know, it doesn't look like that.
I'm glad you said that, because I've seen videos and I've read comments where the appropriate action or reaction from the people who were being hassled by the Karen was very calm, very, I'm gonna call the police myself so I can report this before you do. So it's a very calm way, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't know in some of the cases that I've seen with the Karens that I'm able to act in that rational way, because it's like, one, I didn't ask you to come in my space.
Yeah.
So the way
That
they're
space,
inserting, that space.
Listen,
man.
Don't come in my space.
Woo.
That's when you can say whatever the hell you want to say from back there, Karen.
Right, exactly.
But don't roll up in my face.
You
It's
saw the
gonna be a
video
problem.
of the black woman in Walmart, and the white lady was behind her, and she called her a nigger. And you saw it right there. She said, "Call me a nigga again."
Call me a nigga again.
And you saw that phase of that woman's hit, and I was like, "Oh, she about to
Even
get."
the lady on
She
on
about
the
to
plane.
get 400 years of repercussion on her ass in one hit.
Let me tell you.
Like,
And the lady on the airplane.
Which
it was
one's
two
that?
incidences on the airplane.
oh, you talking
where
about
it was
Tamika
one-
Mallory
Well, that's the one. That's the latest one. The last one, right?
and my son? They got kicked off because she asked the girl about why her seat was changed. The girl gave her attitude. She kind of checked the girl in a polite way. But as she was checking the girl, the pilot came up, who was a white male chauvinistic guy, and he tried to check Tamika Mallory, basically saying, "Know your place. Are you gonna have any problems when you get on the plane?" End up kicking her off and all of that. She didn't even blow off until the end part, where it was like, you know what, y'all already kicking me off. So
let me say what I got.
let me give you everything. I'm about to give you every cuss word I know in an educated way. So you have those cases like that. But what's the other one you talking about?
The other one was when she was talking down to a stewardess, a black stewardess, and she called him a nigga. And it was a black woman sitting next to her, and the black woman was like, "Listen, you ain't gotta call him no nigga. You ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that."
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was, and she went in and went on about and then the lady was like, "You shut up, nigger." And so then now it was geared to her,
Right?
And she was, "Oh, you ain't gonna call me." So now the lady got so infuriated because she was trying to diffuse it. Well, don't call him that,
right?
But now you want to call me that. So now I know this ain't just about him no more.
I
This
saw
about
the second half of that. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So she went in. They had to get her off. She said, "I will." And at some point, the lady hit at her. The Caucasian lady, the Karen, hit at her, and she yanked her ass. And she was like, "Let me tell you something. I will fuck you up." Like, and it was like, you can tell she was tired of this shit. And I think that's the problem. Like, they just think we care so much about our jobs, and we care so much because they do it a lot in customer service too. But we're so forgiving
though. Like, let me like us as a black people, we're very
because we can be hostile.
We could be hostile. We could be aggressive. We could talk aggressive. Our body language could be aggressive. We talked about it when turning the voice of the woman down. The whole hand. When you see the hand action and the eye rolling, we understand that it's about to go somewhere else. But I think we've been classified by that unjustly. It's about to
but we don't talk like that or treat our children to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
No, like
we didn't say, okay, when y'all come into and when y'all in the presence of a Karen, treat her like shit, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, she gonna call you a nigga, and she gonna do. You get what I'm saying? We don't teach our children to be mean.
No,
we don't teach them that they're
now.
less than. Like they teach their children that we ain't shit because we're black.
It's learned behavior,
and because we're dark. And then even the dictionary, they say we this and certain. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain things they just turn everything dark bad. But we ain't never taught our children that shit.
So so why am I teaching my child to be docile and humble when they have all this aggression coming to them? That's undeserved.
I think a lot of times we do that because we protecting our children from getting killed, shot, murdered, depending on the situation.
That's police and not a Karen per se, but I get what you're saying too.
I seen a damn Karen pull out a gun on a bitch before. And that's how a lot of them have gun licenses.
They got arrested later.
Especially them
boyfriend.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially them Hicks.
Yeah.
They train their children up to shoot. They train them to shoot first and to kill. So then going back to your
original statement, when you telling people that this ain't got nothing to do with you and we dealing with these Karens and you talk about how you popped off, right? So is that the rationale that we're pushing off to say, hey, listen, in order to check a Karen, you need to pop off on them and put them in their place. Is that the the blanket statement?
Pop off might be extreme because pop off depends on the situation. If it was an extreme situation, you might have to pop off.
You're right.
Or if you feel your life, it's certain things you might have to do differently. But you do need to check them. And if you got the opportunity or you that person, you want to educate them in the process, I ain't got time to educate a bitch on nothing because I feel like you should already fucking know racism and what it is. So I ain't finna educate your ass on the 400 years of all this other shit and all. I ain't got time to educate you on that. You could educate your damn self. You was the ones who trying to strip the knowledge from us from back then. So I'm not gonna bring that up on you. But right now, I'm going to check you on what you're not going to do right now.
Right. And so for you all who hearing us talking about Karens, right, I want to give a shout out to production who tried hard to find the exact video with the exact people involved in it. But there's a video that I mentioned to them that it was 2 elder white ladies and it was just talking about how sometimes white people just need to mind their own business and let black people handle affairs the way that they handle affairs.
Let us raise our children the way we know how.
Everything, period. Like, let us respond to certain stuff the way that we want to respond.
They don't know our story.
The way that we're responding to police brutality right now, like, you can't tell us how to respond because you don't go through that in a normal cycle. Like, this is not a normal thing for you. Like, you don't see this every time you pop open social media, another black person getting beat down, another black person getting killed,
when the white person get pulled
like
over,
that.
it don't look the same way as it when a black person is pulled over.
Right.
I'm nervous. Female now, I'm nervous. It used to be a time the females get a warning or a ticket, but now they can get jacked up and killed too.
Just as fast. Sandra Bland.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, I mean, I don't even feel like I'm even safe anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to anything out in the streets, they don't even respect us nowhere we go. But as an African American woman, now it's said that the African American woman is the most disrespected person in this world. And that sucks because we were the ones bearing children and rearing children for years. And now all of a sudden we disrespected so that we can't even get respect walking into a grocery store.
Right.
or going to a gas station.
Right.
Like I don't understand.
Like I can honestly say that watching these videos, sometimes I have to tell myself don't, because I don't want to. It's a lot. All right, and it's kind of training the brain to react a certain way, and where you don't have control of yourself. So I can't say how I'll react if a Karen pop off, because that depending on the scenario. If I'm around my kids, I'm gonna make sure my kids straight, my wife straight. If I'm by myself, I may pop off, because it's not only Karens, you got Kevins as well that's out here. So you got to know how to pop off in that particular time. But as far as this ain't got nothing to do with you, let's take it deeper. So we talked about the racial divide, like minding your business, because racially, like, there's a lot of things like you just can't interject on. Like what go on in the black community is the black community. Like let that be that. Let us deal with our affairs the way that we deal with our affairs, without you interjecting and giving us solutions to it. This is how we deal with it. So across the board, right? Man, woman, boy, girl, like no matter what your ethnicity is, I believe when you're talking about being nosy and people wanting to be in other people's business, I believe that social media has trained people to crave other people's business.
Oh, yes.
Right? So, if for you all who haven't seen it, I keep stressing it to the people around me, like, please go check out the Netflix. Is it the documentary?
Which one? Skin?
It's called The Social Dilemma. And these are the makers of Pinterest, Facebook, Google, Instagram. And basically,
they should watch Skin, too.
Okay, you can explain that to them after I say this.
No,
no, you cool. So it talks about how the engine that they created is not for more so connecting people, as more so it is advertising dollars. So in order to get that advertising dollar to keep your attention on the screen, they constantly give you fake news. They constantly give you other people's business that they think that you may want to know, or they study you, right? So they know that you want to know. So what do you feel about that as far as social media, you know what I'm saying, training people to crave other people's business?
Man, social media have these children so gossip sprung. It's ridiculous.
Is it just children?
It's not just children. Well, I'm only speaking on children because I'm not rooted in, like, I'm so old school that
you're a part of social media.
I'm a part of it when I do have to do productions and when I'm promoting what I do.
Right.
But when it comes to just glued to the phone and everybody's business, I literally have to Google information when I need it. Like if it comes up, I get it when I need it, because when I go and I'm just scrolling social media, it's so much sex and foolishness on there. It's just it'll fuck up your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and I'm so used to not being in tuned enough. I've been guilty for that in the past. Even in my own business and practices, I don't promote enough, or I didn't do it with. It's because I'm not on there enough, because I'm trying not to get sunk into it. But when I say our children, I say that because a lot of children are it's not just children. A lot of
Young
adults are consumed as well. But a lot of children have access to that. That's free information. You know what I'm saying? That they just scrolling through day and night.
So you feeling that just because the access is there, they hunger for it?
Yeah, like the other day, it was a fight. It was a fight at a party I went to, right? And I came home and I was like, Lord, I had to come home early because it was a fight. You can't take some
But
people.
here's the difference with that. In our days, we're out at a party. A fight happens. We hear something going on. We don't give a damn who's involved. We're moving the opposite direction.
Right, this is what I'm saying.
So now you are training the brain to want to know. And it's not just drama per se. It is a lot, but it started with celebrities.
Right, but what I'm saying in the party situation, what I did, I came home and I was like, I told my daughter, I said, my 15-year-old, I said, I left the party because it don't make no sense. You can't take certain people nowhere. And they just started fighting, and everybody had to shut everything down and go home. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. And she was like, what happened at the party? I want to know what happened. Who was fighting? And it was like, I would have wanted to see that. I wanted to see the fight.
But what's training that thought?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I say the children are affected too, because now they
The
hunger.
most.
They hunger the drama.
most.
They hunger the gossip. And that's why I mentioned the children first, because some of us, if we depend on where we were, how we were raised or whatever, some of us can kind of reprogram ourselves to go to divert. You know what I'm saying?
But what sells in our society?
Of course,
gossip.
Gossip.
So you know what I'm saying? So
all of that.
Entertainment news, and it's not knocking all these outlets, whatever. I don't even entertain them or look at them more so. But what I'm saying is, when you start to train the thought of people to worry about other people more than themselves, that's an issue, and that's what social media does, because they want to give you the insight, or they want the celebrities, they want these people, right? Oh damn, I ain't know that. Like think about our favorite singers, rappers, athletes back in our time. That was the most powerfulest thing with the
powerfulest.
I'm making up words. That's cool. This no titles necessary. I'm making up words up here. I'm getting crazy. Getting crazy looks by Erica. That's cool. And judged by Tadra. They ain't minding their own business, but it's cool. But that's what made the Chicago Bull, this last documentary that they just came out with.
I didn't get to see it.
It was so powerful because during our time, nobody knew what the hell Michael Jordan was doing. Nobody knew the issues that was going on with Scottie Pippen. There was no knowledge and insight of this behind the scene thing.
It's because you lived in that era. And because you didn't know, imagine, bless
what you mean?
Or bless you. Like you just said, all those things that they just brought into the documentary now.
What?
You said a documentary, right?
Whoa, you said it again.
Documentary?
Documentary?
Documentary, what I said?
Documentary.
Well, fuck that. Powerfulist was your word. Now, what we not going to do is judge me.
Go ahead.
Mr. Powerfulist.
Go ahead.
Well, documentary. Bless you again. So, he done threw me off, y'all.
Bless you. Oh shit.
Okay, so you
Somebody
said it was
in
a
my
lot
business.
of things.
I'm sneezing. Niggas nosy around here.
That meant.
Niggas nosy out here. What's going on?
So remember what you said about him. You said back in the day y'all didn't know all that stuff was going on.
We didn't know. But right? Now it's intriguing to people because they want to know. Now.
But just imagine if, say for instance, you did something today and you haven't even gotten a chance to have this moment 15 years down the line. They already know your business.
And that's what makes it problem. Worse. That's why we said this has nothing to do with you. Because you start inserting your opinion on stuff that you don't even know the full story about.
Exactly.
We could talk about the Tory Lanez and Meg Stallion. You could talk about
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
We
could talk about the T.I. and it was something with T.I. recently. Something with T.I.
Probably with 50, but this is, you think about it. So if you have an outlet, you create this gossip to keep people wanting to know more behind the scenes. So there's more desire to say, I deserve. There's an entitlement feeling with this generation to say, I deserve to know what's going on behind you because I'm giving you my attention. I'm giving you a like. I'm giving you a follow. I'm giving you a subscription. I'm giving you all of this stuff. So I deserve to know what's going on.
And people instill their own storyline with other people's storylines. They sit and they say, okay, here I am. Oh, like with the Will Smith entanglement. Now everybody has an entanglement.
And it wasn't nobody's business.
It wasn't nobody's business.
That was their relationship and their marriage.
Everybody else
has something to say about it. Right.
And that's what I'm talking about. People feel like they need to know your information.
Why?
I mean, I don't know why. Like, you know, there should be something. It's not their business, but they feel like they need to know. And it's because it's out there. And it's like one of those things where you can't unsee it.
Right. And it's sick. It's borderline sickening because people wake up to say, ooh, I wonder what's going on over here.
Exactly.
I wonder what they happened. Did they respond? Did they reply? Ooh, I need to go check out the Shade Room. Ooh, I need to go check out the, what it is, Baller Alert. So you have all these gossip outlets. You have all these fake news outlets.
Think about how many gossip
like
columns we had back then versus how many we have now.
We didn't even know that term back then.
We have vlogs, we have blogs, we have commentators for everything. Real Housewives, for Love and Hip Hop. Like, it's gossip everywhere. And it's feeding off of our community and it's eating very good.
So when we say you don't got nothing to do with this, society tells us the opposite and say, give us more to know. We know we don't have nothing to do with it, but we want to have access to it. And we won't like you or support you unless you give us access to it, because certain celebrities and certain people of that stature feel like, damn, if I don't let these people know what I'm doing in my day-to-day operations, they not gonna support me because they're not supporting the music. I can honestly say that. What's the rapper? Logic. He said people don't support the music; they support the brand, and the brand is all about the knowledge that you know behind the scenes for people, nosy people who usually wouldn't get insight into that. So they want to see the studio sessions. They want to see how you acting after the concert. They want to see the type of people that you're around, that you're meeting with. That they want to see stuff that's really not everybody's business, because the way that we move, we believe is more effective in moving in the unknown, with you not knowing until it's already done.
And it makes it hard for someone who's trying to break out and not have someone either steal what it is that they're trying to do, but you also want to promote. And it's like, how do you promote yourself without falling into that bubble of people just saying, okay, well, I need more, I need more, I need more. And more is never, it's like it's never enough. And if you stop or fall off for 1 minute, like I look at likes. Like, you know how you look at likes on Facebook and Instagram, and you look at how one person might have 60,000 likes, and one might have 500. You know, and then you look at what it is. It's not only work ethic. Sometimes it's what they putting out there too.
Yeah. And if you show some back shots, you might get a couple of more likes.
And
if
it's
you show
like,
some
really,
cleavage,
like, you have to.
You're showing a dick print, you're gonna get a couple of more likes, because you're giving insight and stuff that people really shouldn't have no business to. Like, if that's not your spouse, if that's not somebody you courting, it's not somebody you're with or building with, they have no need for access to that. But we give it all the time. But so from taking it from a social level, from a public on a
personal level with family.
No, let's go to personal, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned, like, you know, people who you give access to, right? People who know your business, right? You talked about that when we was talking about the title. When they go to gossip your business to other people, like,
I hate that shit, because I told your ass.
The way you say it again.
I hate that shit. Because I told you in confidence, most likely.
Right.
I told you because I needed to get this off my chest, and you my girl or you my boy. I wanted to tell you.
So then it does have something to do with them, because you invited them in. So let's go there. Let's walk this thing through.
Okay,
we're going to walk it through.
Okay, well, the only reason why I'm struggling with the fact that you say it has something to do with them, I included them in my personal information, but they are not in that position for it to affect them.
Right. Or even to talk about it.
Or even to talk
That's
about
not
it
their
to somebody
place to
else.
talk about it. It was
because
shared
now
with you.
It seems like something else now that it hits someone else's lips. I mean, ears from your lips.
Or we know that shit get different when another person tells it.
Exactly. So now I decided to tell you that's my bad.
Why you keep touching the titties like that?
Because don't worry about that. They doing their own thing.
I see.
Now, well, it's so if you got those people who you actually decided to tell this information to, once it leave and go into another person's ears, it's something else now. Right. And now it turns into betrayal, and it turns into gossip. So when it came from my mouth to you, since it's my business, it's me telling you something in confidence. But when it leave your mouth to somebody else, now it's gossip.
So would you say the person that's receiving that news from the person who's not supposed to share it, are they responsible? Thank you.
Shut the shit down.
But they won't. But they
depending
won't.
on who it is.
No.
Because if I got two cousins.
If Toya come and tell me, if Erica come and tell me something that you told her that I'm not supposed to know, and then I go act on it.
But you know me.
But you have every right to say, D, I didn't share that with you. So if I shared it with you, then I wouldn't mind you acting the way you act, whether it be in an applicable way, in a positive way. But certain times you don't tell certain people because you just don't want them in that part. I have seen it where
you'll tell a person, this between me and you.
And that's what it's supposed to stay.
Still leave.
But then you can hold that person accountable if you tell that person that it's supposed to stay between you and I.
So say for instance, Toya told me something and I'm dating you and I tell you. That's not your business. That's pillow talk.
No, and that's different, because this is why I say that. Because I remember years ago, somebody went and said something to Magda about something that had nothing to do with me. And she was like, hey, if you tell me, he's going to know. Point blank. She let it be known at that point, but most people don't do that.
No, most people don't. But what I'm saying is you got people that just run their mouth off to whoever.
Yeah.
About your business.
They got the juiciest thing that they want to know.
Now it becomes gossip.
Right.
So when it comes out of my mouth to you, that's me confiding. When it comes from your mouth into somebody else's mouth, to somebody else's ears, that's gossip.
So the gossip you have a problem with. But if they share it with somebody that you mutually know and they come
it's still gossip.
And they come in to bring something positive,
I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait, listen to me. So
I
if
don't
they
wanna lose it.
yeah, write it down there.
Ah, shit. I don't know if I can. Damn. I wanted to say it. Shit.
So if the person that you shared the news with go and share it to somebody else, and that person, you know them, they come and they bring some positive reinforcement into your life. They come and bring something positive to that situation. Is it still them not minding their own business?
Whether they bring in positive reinforcement or not, but how you found that out, or how did you know? Now you playing Captain Save-A-Ho for somebody who didn't even know what the hell was going on.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we want to thank y'all for exploring and navigating this topic with us.
And thank you for accepting the ignorance. Accepting the ignorance.
We're going to go ahead and get into Memoirs of a Mama.
You're so high.
All right, y'all. So this is the portion of the show where we do Memoirs of a Mama, where mothers get to vent about all the things that happen with their children or in their everyday life as a mother. So sometimes we just need to get it off of our chest. So I was looking at this article, and it was talking about mom shaming. And for some of you who don't know what mom shaming is simply put when a person criticizes and or degrades a mother or both parents for her parenting choices because they differ from the choices of that of the shamer would make. This can be done privately or publicly. Celebrities are victims of mom shaming a lot. All right, so I have a story around mom shaming. I remember when I was young and I had my first child, I experienced the level of mom shaming a lot. And it's often one of those things where it's like, oh, I know she just didn't do that. Oh, no, she didn't. And it's like a delay. Because when you first have your first child, you say to yourself, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. So you look to your elders to give you advice, you know? But then you start feeling some type of way about how they going about doing it. So I remember with my daughter, she's 22 now. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But parents have a tendency, especially the older generation, have a tendency to rag down on the younger parents for doing stuff that they didn't do. Like, so I used to get it all the time. Why don't you put cloth diapers on that child? And I'm like, because I work a everyday job and I don't have time to wash shit out of a cloth every, 2 or 3 times a day. It was always an issue when it came to raising my kid. Constructive criticism is one thing, but when you start shaming a parent for doing something that they may not have even been taught, or they have a different religion or a different way of how they raise their children, please make sure you do not mom shame these women. Children do things sometimes beyond our control. I've seen it so many times where a child is incarcerated for stealing, but they had everything they ever needed, but they just went out and stole something. Now it's the parents' fault. No, it's peer pressure. And on some level, yes, the parents do have to be responsible, but at the same time, ladies, we do have to hold each other accountable, but find a better way to do it. Mom shaming is not the way.
Welcome, my fellas, my kings, gentlemen. Here we are at another edition of Diary of a Dad. You know, this is our space and our opportunity where we get to talk man to man, you know, talk about what we go through as being a father, a black father, and the experiences that we go through in America. So I welcome you to this 9th edition. So today I want to ask a simple question, and I read something in a father's group that I'm in, and they put up this post, and I thought it was funny, but it had a lot of truth to it. So I want to read this to you and show you the response. It says, you have $400 and your daughter texts and says she needs $200, and your son texts and says he needs $150. How much do you have left? Me, $400 and 2 unread messages. Let that sink in. Probably hearing that like me, you probably laughed at first. But let's look at this. Let's observe this for a second. The key word in this sentence, the operative word rather, is need. Is it really a necessity? Is it, or does it have to do with the roof over their head, the food in the refrigerator, the clothes on their back, the bed that they have to lay on? Is this something that they can do without? Are they telling you that they need this $200 to get a game card to go on Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite? Is this something that they deserve? Another thought that has to come to the question. Then you, on the other spectrum, you have to ask yourself, how long is that $400 supposed to last? The end of the week? Did you just get paid and that's what you have left until the next check? Think about it. So although the father's response is funny when he said $400 and 2 unread messages, is it a matter of survival? And to be honest, if you got it like that, do they deserve it? Because you don't want to spoil a child that doesn't earn it. So I'll say this. Put yourself in your own shoes and not in another man's shoes. If your $400 is for that week, you may have it to spare. If your $400 has to last to that next paycheck, is it a necessity on the sake of the child who's asking? If it's not, you make it tell them to hold on. And you can't be afraid to do that. Because I think sometimes we do so much as in wanting to do more for our children than we had, that we could put them in situations and positions that crippled them later on in life. So we really have to observe the responses that we give our children. Although we want to do better for them and we want them to have better than we had, let's not forget to teach them the lessons that we had in life that made us the people that we are today. And that's Diary of a Dad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the portion of our show where we like to give you a little bit of
mind food.
Oh, shoot, she remembered that time. This ain't got nothing to do with you, all right?
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
We hope y'all enjoyed that good discussion. Yeah, but we don't want to just talk aimlessly and just be ranting and all that. We kind of want to give you a little solutions to go with the problems that you might be facing with other people not minding their own or you not minding your own business. Mm-hmm. So we're going to give you a little bit of mind food. Okay, we ready?
We ready.
You ready?
You going first?
Am I going first?
You can go first because mine real short. I'm just going to keep it short and sexy.
All right, so I'm going to just say I don't got nothing that much to say either. So I'm going to just say it simple and plain. The only business to mind is your own. And don't mistake what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely have to be about community purpose and importance of the relationships that we have in life and making sure that we work to build them. But there comes a time where you have to mind your own. And by that, that's minding your own business with your community. What's going on in your neighborhood? What's going on with your purpose? What's going on with your relationships? And the two things I could leave you with to help you mind your own is 1, don't believe every thought that comes into your head. And 2, practicing self-awareness.
That's what's up.
And that's my CTA.
Well, see, I was going to say all of that. Just
all of that? Just
all of that. I don't got to say nothing. But I kind of did want to say a little something because I do believe...
Talk to the people.
Okay, so I just say this. You have to understand, truth is something that people have a hard time accepting sometimes. And if they come to you with their deepest, darkest truths, it's up to you to keep it to yourself. If you tell someone how you feel about something, it's sometimes really hard to open up. And when you finally get someone to open up, if you give them a reason to feel like they can't do that anymore, it could create trust issues. So just remember, not minding your own business or telling somebody else's business can actually affect the whole relationship. Mm-hmm. So you have to learn to remember not being able to...
just got to be a trusted confidant.
Yeah, you just have to trust somebody.
With you, be that confidant of their business. Taja don't know where she was going with her CTA, but
nigga, I was just gonna say you saved me, but you gotta tell the people you saved me. See, you can't just be that. You just can't take the high road and just tell me after that I saved your ass.
I'm on Petty Avenue this moment.
I can see. I see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank y'all for joining us for another episode. We need y'all to do a couple of things for us. We need y'all to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at No Titles Necessary.
And on Twitter at No Titles Podcast. And if you have any questions or comments, go to No Titles Necessary
at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Not Yahoo. gmail.com.
Right.
All right. So we appreciate y'all for kicking in with us, for rocking with us. Don't forget to go rate and review. All right. Holla at us if you got any questions.
Holla.
And follow us, man, for real.
Follow us for real, y'all, because y'all play too much. Follow us.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Yo, woke up feeling good, feeling better. Thank God for this weather. What you wanna do today? Yo, whatever. I be talking to myself, cause I know I get her. Yo, she dope and I love her. You would too if you met her. You be stupid to let her slip out of your vision. She be on the next flight for you see that she missing. And I know you don't get it, I just need you to listen. Yo, never let a nigga mess with your intuition, man.